Hey, another weekend is upon us. That means another bikes and vans trip somewhere. This weekend is going to be pretty close to where I was last weekend, but at a different state park with bunkers called Fort Worden State Park. Last week I was at Fort Flagler, checked out the museum there. This week I'm going to Fort Worden, which is part of the Triangle of Fire, if you remember from last week, with Fort Casey, Fort Flagler, and Fort Worden to help guard the approaches to the naval shipyard at Puget Sound in Bremerton. Back in the day, Fort Worden's like a World War I, World War II era coastal artillery base, army base basically, right? And it's got all sorts of old housing structures. It's got a blimp hangar where they filmed the fight scene from Officer and a Gentleman and other scenes that were filmed there. And it's a very cool state park. But first, a stop at the Fin River Cidery for a habanero cider, and then we'll go from there. Fin River Cidery. There's the tap room right there. Little garden back there. It's a little pizza place. In the summer, they have ice cream. And it looks like they have like a gift shop. Alright, heading out of here. And on the way to Fort Townsend and Fort Worden State Park tonight. Okay, we made it to Fort Worden State Park. We're gonna go in here. There's a little office. It's usually open. I don't know if it's open on weekdays, but you stop in, you register up, get assigned a campsite. Oh yeah, there's the little pub. It's open now, but I think it's open till like 8, the guardhouse. Pretty cool. Anyway, Fort Worden's awesome. It's a little windy. I don't think the museum that is here is open on Friday, but I will check when I check in for my campsite. There it is right there. Maybe it is open. Oh, it is. It says it's open. So I'll check that out later today, probably. Main parade field here at Fort Worden. Some folks doing some work over there. Got Miss America sprucing the place up a little bit. Over there, Officers Row housing. And I believe at least some of those you can rent and stay in certain times of the year. We are going to head over this way to the Coast Artillery Museum and check things out. Slightly more involved than the Fort Flagler Museum. Mostly about artillery. It's pretty awesome. And they had a tour guide. I didn't have to use a scavenger hunt card.
The maximum elevation was 12 degrees. The gun could be traversed 170. Once the gun elevation is complete, the gun's power rate will release. This caused the barrel to quickly rise into the fired position. When the gun fired,
What's this one?
the gun pushed the barrel of the gun back to the lower position.
A whole bunch of different rifles. A little bit bigger display than the Fort Flagler Museum. Well, taking a little spin on the bike from the campsite over here to these bunkers and gun emplacements that I just learned a little bit more about at the museum, which was awesome, by the way. Highly recommend it. If you come up here, I think the museum's open from 11 to 4 every day, so you should definitely check it out. Thomas Vickers guns, gun emplacement, the battery, Thomas Vickers. This is looking out over Admiralty Inlet, and the Point Wilson Light is right down there. This is very cool. On top of the battery, guns, I think, here. Admiralty Inlet sure gets snotty. Look out. Apartment in there. Shot there of the Point Wilson Light. I think I'll take a little ride down that way. Wilson Lighthouse here at Fort Townsend. There was a lot of wind here. What I was trying to say was that here at the lighthouse there was a couple residences, and the residences used to be occupied by the officer in charge and I believe the ex-PO of the 82-foot patrol boat, the Point Bennett, that was stationed in Port Townsend. Since that boat got decommissioned and moved out of Port Townsend, I think it got returned back to the state parks, and it is now available for rentals to live there at the lighthouse or to stay a weekend at the lighthouse. Pretty cool. This is the Kinsey battery. This is much bigger. Lots of rooms and places to explore. Plenty of opportunity to get scared shitless in any one of these places. Big ironclad doors. Lots of little passageways and stuff in here. It's always fascinating to come down here. Check out these bunkers. This is the one I was just on top of before, riding on the top of it. Alright, back to the campsite. Back up on Miss America here in site number 20. Next to the U-Haul van. $19.95 a day. renting an RV, right? Don't scoff at it. It's probably genius. It's a great campsite here. About to split some wood, get a fire going. A little bit of fire going here tonight. Beautiful night. It's a little windy, but beautiful. Fire. Sweet van. Sick fire. That's the moon behind a bunch of clouds. And there is a ton of wind, but it's not right here necessarily. It's not super windy right here. It's kind of going around the point. So a lot of these trees that are behind me are blocking a lot of the wind, so it's not too terrible. Off to Port Gamble tomorrow. Morning. Got my coffee. Gonna walk over, take the garbage to the dumpster. And look at a glorious, calm morning here at Fort Worden. Really calmed down since yesterday. It's awesome. We'll make some breakfast and get on the way to Port Gamble. Okay. I didn't get to park at the Stumps Trailhead or whatever it's called. Too many cars. So I came down to the Port Gamble Road Trailhead. And this will let me climb up to Derailed pretty much directly. So I will change my riding plans and do that. Once I get up there, I'll see how far away it is to the ride park, but I mean, I feel like it's a few miles from here. So it's already a 2-mile round trip here to do Derailed once. And it's a challenging climb. So we'll see how that goes, and we'll start with heading up to the top of Derailed and try that. And it'll dump me right out here. Not gonna lie, I walked some of it right in the beginning just to get my blood pumping a little bit. This is Camelbacks. This is kind of like crosses the forest here and connects to the Mirkwood trails and the Derailed. So we'll head up that way. Okay, this is Derailed here at Port Gamble Heritage Forest. A little nutty, it looks like. That's all right.
Okay, this is the lower part of Derailed. Friends. Whew, that's it. Back down to where I started. It's 2 laps down Derailed. That was fun. Trail's running pretty good, even at my intermediate level. Felt pretty good on it. Back at Miss America.